Alright, so today we are going to go over SmartPlans and Command. I want to show you a couple different ways of building different smart plans, why we should build smart plans and get them sent out to people, who should go on each smart plan that you want to build, what they actually are, how they can help your business, and how they can help your business so you can just set people up on a smart plan and stuff goes out to them. Okay? So we talked about this earlier. Nobody's really, a couple people have fooled around with it a little bit, but today you will get some good information on how to customize one, how to add people, the options on adding people, and when to add them. Okay? So from your home page in Command, if you're following along, you want to come over on the left-hand side, and it's the fourth icon down, which is it looks like a list with a gear next to it, and that is Smartplans. So another word for smart plans are either campaigns, drip campaigns. So when you first click on the Smart Plans icon, if you haven't messed around with it before, you will see a blank page. Up at the top, you're going to see two headers. It's going to say My Smart Plans, and then it's going to say Library. And as you follow it over all the way to the right, you're going to see a Create button, and that'll allow you to create your own. But we're going to work with My Smart Plans and the Library first. Okay? My Smart Plans is the default, so it's going to go to your dashboard. This is your dashboard right here. And like I said, it should be blank if you haven't tried them before. To build your dashboard and to build your actual My Smart Plans library, you need to go into the general library. So you're going to click on the word library, and it's going to bring you into the Keller Williams library. And these are all already customized smart plans for us as agents. And you see there's going to be different categories. So we have a featured category, which Keller Williams brings out for us. We have the Keller Williams category, where there's 10 of them that KWRI has built for us already. And then as we go down, there's top rated. So agents across the world in Keller Williams can create their own smart plans and customize their own smart plans and then publish them to the library so other agents can use them. And they're top rated because you can vote on them, and it shows however many agents are actually using them. And then we have a category that's called What's New, so anything new that's out in the Keller Williams world in terms of smart plans will get put here. We are going to focus the beginning of the class on the Keller Williams category. Okay, so there's 10 of them here. They only show 4 of them at a time, so you want to come all the way over, follow Keller Williams all the way over, and click on See All. And that'll bring up all 10 Keller Williams KWRI's smart plans that they built for us. Okay. So you'll see there are 10 of them here, and they all have a name. They show you how many agents are using them. They show you a brief description of what that smart plan is. It shows you who the author is. All these are Keller Williams. And it shows you if there's a charge for it. They are all free. There's no charge for using these. And then it shows you, it says View Steps. So if you want to see the steps to that smart plan, what's actually going to be sent out, you click on View Steps. So let's take a look at the 8x8 New Contact Management Engagement Smart Plan right here, 8x8. Does anybody know what an 8x8 is and why we use it?
8 contacts, 8 weeks.
So it's 8 touches.
8 touches.
And it's not necessarily 8 weeks, so that can vary. So we use an 8x8 for anybody that we just met. Because if you're sitting in open house, that's kind of like a lead walking into you, so you just met them. You don't have a relationship with them yet. So research has shown that it takes 8 times for someone to see your name to associate you with real estate. So that's why they built the 8x8. So 8 different steps to get your name in front of the person that's on your smart plan. Okay? So this one says that it builds relationships and wins the real estate agent mindshare battle with this 8-week plan. So this one is 8 weeks. and you can change the way it goes out, but this one is an 8-week plan. There are 15 steps. It goes for a duration of 56 days, and there are 8 touches. So I'm going to click on View Steps, and it brings up this window. And it shows you all the different steps that are associated with the SmartPlan. So the first step is a text message that goes out to the people that are on the SmartPlan. And we'll get into how to add people to the SmartPlan in a couple minutes, but this is just showing us the steps. So it's going to be an automated text or a manual text. And I'm going to get into Twilio and that service on sending out automated text so you don't have to send them out manually. So we'll get into Twilio in a little bit, but that's what an automated text is. Or manual text. So if you don't set up your Twilio service for automated text messaging, you will get an alert when this task is due, and it will give you the script of what you will text out to the people that are on that SmartPlan. So if you're not using the automation with text messaging and you're doing it manually, it's going to take you a little bit more time because you're going to sit down and you're going to lead generate that way by texting out to the people that are on that SmartPlan. So it's either automation or manual, and it gives you a script of what you can text out. So it's a general script. If you don't want to use it, you can customize it however you'd like. And then there's a delay of 7 days, and then there's another task, and it's an interaction task. And this one is an email that says, let's grab coffee. So it's just a simple email that goes out to anybody that's on that SmartPlan. And it's pretty much, let's grab coffee, let's get together, let's get in front of each other and talk about real estate. If it were me setting up this, I wouldn't say let's grab coffee. I'd say something like let's get together and talk about how the market's doing, all that. So that's how you would customize the words, and I'll show you how the customization works in a couple minutes. And then another delay of 7 days, and then a phone call, another delay, and then another text message. Just wanted to check in. How's your day going? Any real estate needs I can help you with? There's the script for that one. A delay of 7 days. And then this is going to link them to a monthly neighborhood nurture. By the time you get to this task, you should have that person's address. You should have them set up with neighborhoods in the system. And then they will get the monthly neighborhood nurture at that point, where it's going to show them what's for sale in their neighborhood, what has been sold, what's pending, what's going on in their neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods, and I'll show you what the monthly neighborhood nurture looks like as we go along. And then a delay of 7 days, another phone call, another delay, another text message, another delay, and then an interaction task. So 8 different tasks over 8 weeks to get you at the front of the mind of whoever is on this SmartPlan. So you want them to see your name and associate your name with real estate. Okay? Does that make sense? All right, so if this is something that you want to add to your library and you want to start to use, you're going to click on Add SmartPlan right here at the bottom. So you can either click on this as you're checking the actual steps. You can add SmartPlan from here, or you can add it right from the library screen. So we're going to click on Add SmartPlan. It's going to say this is a bundled SmartPlan, so it has the 8x8. And it also incorporates the monthly neighborhood nurture. So it's going to ask you to download that to associate it with it. And I just click on download. It says success. And now I can download the entire SmartPlan bundle. And then once I go back to My SmartPlans up here, the My SmartPlans header, you will see that it brings in the 8x8 and also the monthly neighborhood nurture.
Hey Matt, after I got the success message, what do you do then?
You can come back to My
Just
SmartPlans
exit
at the top. So this My SmartPlans header at the top up here.
Okay.
And then you'll see that it gets brought into your library. This is
Does it just say my monthly neighborhood, or because I only have one?
It should say My 8x8 new contact engagement and My monthly neighborhood. Did you just download the?
Maybe just the one?
Yeah. So go back to the 8x8.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Add SmartPlan. It shouldn't have a download button next to monthly neighborhood nurture. It should just have a download for the whole bundle.
Okay, that worked.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So now we have those in our library, and we can start adding people to the SmartPlan. So right now we have 0 contacts in the 8x8 and 0 contacts in the monthly neighborhood nurture. It says when it's created, so we created it today. It shows the duration of the smart plan, how many touches there are, and then the actions on the right-hand side. Okay? 3 different actions: add contact, edit, or the 3 dots, which allows you to copy it, publish it to the library if it's something that you customize on your own and you want to publish it out to all the other agents, or you can delete it if you don't want it in your library anymore. So we're going to click on add contact over here on the right. When you add contact, it's going to bring up everybody in your database. And if they have neighborhoods and you have their addresses and all that, you'll be able to add them to the monthly neighborhood nurture. If it doesn't, you have to get in there and put their address into their contact information and build the neighborhoods. And I'll show you how to do that. But this is giving us a list of all of our contacts. And you're going to be able to see 20 at a time. So you can start checking off people that you want to put on this smart plan. So if I want Adam on there, and I want Albert, and I want Allison, keep going through, Andrea again. So right now it's showing me how many people I've added. And at the bottom, if I click on Add to Smart Plan, it's going to bring up another window. And it's going to give me 3 different options. I can start it all now. So if you want to, so I had 5 of them on there. So if I want to start them all right now, I can just keep it on start all now. If I want to start at a later date, I can click on that and check that off, and then choose the day that I want to start the smart plan on. And then the third option is stagger start over the next few days. So if you are putting 50, 100 people on a smart plan, it probably wouldn't be a smart idea to start them all at the same time. Because once a task is due, you're going to get 100 alerts on your phone and on command that says, send a text message to all these people. And that's going to be a long day for you if you're going to do 100 of those. So if you're choosing 20, 50, 100 people to put on a smart plan, I would stagger them. Okay? So you're going to choose stagger over the next few days, and it's going to ask you how many contacts you want to do each day. Okay, so you can choose. I would say up to, I only have 5 on them, so if you're going to have 100, I would do 10 to 20. Or however you want to lead generate. It's your business, so you can put however many you want to stagger on each day. Okay, does that make sense? Makes your job a little bit easier so you're not making 100 phone calls, sending 100 text messages or emails. Okay? Then once you confirm it, it's going to go live. Okay? Now remember what I said at the beginning. You want to know what's going out to everybody when it's going out. So put yourself on every smart plan that you create. You should have yourself in your contact database with your name, phone number, mailing address, email address, everything that you need for a contact. You should have yourself in your own database. Okay? Questions?
So if we're going to stagger that, like you said, when we're staggering, we're putting ourselves in there, all the staggers also?
Yep.
Okay.
If you're going to stagger it, I would put myself in the first group. That way you know, and then you know when the other ones are going to go out. So you're going to be in the first batch, and you know everything's correct. And then those second, third, fourth, fifth batches that go out the next day and beyond, you know they're going to be correct.
How do you control who we put in a certain group?
So if I do stagger over the next couple days, maximum contacts per day, if I confirm this. So it says staggering allows you to distribute when the smart plan choose to start a smart plan. Let's see what happens if I confirm this. I believe it's going to go alphabetically, but I'll get you a better answer on that. But I believe it's alphabetical. I'm not going to hit confirm because then these people are going to get an automated text from me because I have my Twilio set up. All right, we're going to cancel out that. Cancel out that. All right, so because we're doing the 8x8, I want to show you what a monthly neighborhood nurture looks like and how that can be beneficial to you, how you can get business from that. Okay? Has anybody seen a monthly neighborhood nurture yet? I think a couple people were here for that one night where we were doing stations, and I showed some people that. But Okay, so monthly neighborhood nurtures are built within your contacts. So you want to go to contacts. And you want to pull up a contact that actually has a mailing address associated with them. Okay? So every class I do, I always pull up Allison. She's on my first page. All right, so for Allison, I have her name, I have her phone number, I have her email address, and as I scroll down, I have her current mailing address. Because I have her mailing address, it automatically puts her into a neighborhood. So her primary neighborhood is the Lanark section of Havertown. And these neighborhoods get populated and pulled from a website called Nextdoor. So Nextdoor is kind of like a community website page where neighbors can get together and go on Nextdoor and build out their neighborhood. So it gets pulled from that source. In Delaware County and Chester County, you're going to find that the primary neighborhood gets built in right away. If you're in like small pockets of Philadelphia, you could run into some issues where the neighborhood isn't built. So it's either on you to get into Nextdoor if you really want to build it, so you have that as part of a neighborhood, or you can reach out to your clients and say, hey, it would be really good if you started building the neighborhood for your actual neighborhood on Nextdoor. And that way I can send you out some information and you can see what's going on within your neighborhood. But for the most part, the neighborhoods are built. So like I said, based on the actual mailing address, you are going to get a primary neighborhood. And once you have that primary neighborhood, I'm going to delete the ones that I have here just to show you how I'm going to add more. So right now, you see her primary neighborhood and a map. So it shows you the borders of her neighborhood right here. Me, when I send out monthly neighborhood nurtures or bi-weekly neighborhood nurtures, you can do it every 2 weeks or monthly. I want to show Allison what's going on within her neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods. So anything that borders the Lanark section. So to do that, I'm going to click on Add Neighborhood. And then I'm going to click on the button that says Find on Map. And it's going to bring up a map. And it's going to put a pin right where her address is. But what I want to do is I want to zoom in a couple times so I can start seeing boundaries for the surrounding neighborhoods. So as you can see, Lanark is already there. I know I already have that as my primary, so I don't have to click on that. So I'm going to go to the surrounding neighborhoods, and it's going to give me the names of the neighborhoods. And to check them off, I'm just going to click on them. So Paddock Farms, click on that. It fills it in, it highlights it, and it populates it below the map. We have Linwood Park. We have Richland Farms in Havertown. We have Lanark Chatham. We have Woodmere Park. And we have Oak Mile. And then I can choose Mary Place and go on. So I'm surrounding her neighborhood by selecting all the different neighborhoods around hers. So now I have them all populated underneath the map, and I'm going to click Save. That'll populate it here within her contact information. And it's still going to show me the map. What I can do is I can preview what the nurture is going to look like, what the actual email that gets generated within the Smartplan is going to look like when it goes out. So if I click on this word preview right underneath the map, it's going to open up a new tab in my browser, and it's going to show me what gets sent out as part of the Smartplan for the monthly neighborhood nurture. Okay? And you don't necessarily have to use the neighborhood nurture as part of the 8x8. You can just do a simple neighborhood nurture for a monthly or bi-weekly. That's one of the options within Smartplans. And this is what will go out. So once this goes out to Allison and whoever else is on my monthly neighborhood nurture Smartplan, this will go out and she can toggle between Lanark Chatham, Paddock Farms by clicking on these different neighborhood names and see what's for sale within those. They can see the map, and then they have a little feedback form at the bottom. So if she fills this out and puts comments, you will get an email that's from Allison, and you can talk that way. The biggest part of smart plans and nurtures and anything that you do within smart plans is the follow-up. Most of the time when these emails go out, so many people are getting emails that they may not open them. So what I do is if I set up Allison and other people on my smart plans, and I set up myself on the smart plan as well for a monthly neighborhood nurture, once that goes out, within that week, I will call that person up and say, hey, did you get the email that I sent to you with the neighborhood information? Sometimes they'll say, yeah, I saw it come through, I didn't open it yet. That's when I say, okay, you should open it. There's some good information on there about your neighborhood and the surrounding neighborhoods, what's on the market, what is sold. Okay? Part of this is neighborhood statistics up here in the top right-hand corner. So if the person clicks on this, they're going to see stats for the Lanark neighborhood. Average home price, price per square feet, average days on market, how many homes are for sale in that neighborhood, what's pending. So they'll be able to see stats. So that's a good conversation piece when you follow up as well. It's all well and good to send out the emails with this piece of value, but unless you follow up, it's just you sending out an email and hoping that someone reads it. Does that make sense? Any questions so far?
So if you have, say, a seller in Philly who's looking to move into the burbs, you set up 2 different neighborhoods?
You could set up, so what I would do is if they're looking to come in, yes, essentially you would put their mailing address, which is current, in Philadelphia, and put the surrounding neighborhoods in there. And then wherever they're moving to, you can also populate those neighborhoods in their contact information. So they're seeing what's going on in their neighborhood and where they're looking to go. So it'll all be in the same neighborhood nurture, but they'll be able to click through all the different neighborhoods and see what's going on. Danielle?
So, is there a way to have their neighborhood show first?
Up here,
Yes,
as they scroll through,
because I don't expect a lot of people to really know to change the neighborhood.
I don't think there is. No, it just populates it that way.
Yeah, okay.
And that's something that I can give feedback on because that makes sense. It should
Yeah,
be
because
first.
the first one, well, their neighborhood was like the third one.
Yeah, it's the primary. It
So
should be
that-
first.
Right.
Yeah. I'll give some feedback to the region and KWRI for that because that's some good input there.
Oh wait, I might have found it. No, I didn't. Yeah, because it says on command their primary neighborhood is this, but then when you go to that smart plan, it's not the first one that shows
Yeah.
up, which should be.
It should be. Any other questions? All right, so that's the preview of what's going to go out. So if I go back, and that's going to be a smart plan. So if we are doing a smart plan and you put somebody on that, it's going to go out automatically once you set it up and confirm it. If you don't have somebody on a smart plan because you don't want them getting emails every 2 weeks or every month, you can do this manually if you'd like. So instead of hitting preview here for Allison, if I just click on copy link over here on the left-hand side, it's going to copy the link to this page and I can just send it out manually in an email. So if it's something I want to send out right away and not put on a smart plan, I can just copy the link, go into my email, my KW email, and type up an email saying, hey Allison, here's some neighborhood information for where you're living right now and the surrounding neighborhoods. Take a look at the average home price. It's a seller's market, so that's, you can send it out manually like that. So you have 2 different options, smart plan or manual. Smart plan, you're setting up a bunch of people on the same smart plan and just getting it out to them. Okay? All right, so let me get back into, so I'm back into my dashboard on Smartplans. And I'm back in the general library, and I'm going back to where Keller Williams is. And I'm going to click on See All again, so I can see all 10 of them. And like I said,
I'm sorry,
Go ahead.
how do I it all the way back there.
Okay, so you're gonna click on Smart Plans over here on the left.
Oh, just go back to that.
Yep. So here's the 10 different general smart plans that we were talking about at the beginning. I talked about the bi-weekly neighborhood nurture, so if you want something sent out every 2 weeks, which is a good idea in this market right now because homes are going so quick. So instead of them getting this neighborhood nurture every month, they would be getting it every 2 weeks. And that's just you adding the smart plan and putting people on it. 8x8 is for people that you just met. Quarterly call plan is for your sphere and your contacts that you talk to all the time. So if you put them on a quarterly call plan, every quarter you will get an alert in command on your homepage. Or if you have the Kelly app downloaded, you'll get an alert that says, okay, quarterly, here's the people you need to call today. Midterm nurture is just a general check-in. Long-term nurture is someone that may not be ready to go. If they're 6 months to a year out, it's just a nurture for when they're ready. A birthday smart plan, so if you have birthday information in your contacts, you can set them up on a smart plan just for birthdays. And the steps for that is an interaction task. It's a send a handwritten note the week of their birthday, and then a delay of 4 days, and then a phone call, and then another delay, and then sending a social post for their birthday. And then another text on their birthday that says happy birthday. Here's the monthly neighborhood nurture. If you're sitting open houses and you want to set up an open house follow-up, which now that we are getting back in open houses and a lot of you are starting to sit them, this could be a good smart plan for you to use. This is 15 different steps over a duration of 20 days, and it's 7 different touches. And those steps are a text message, an interaction task, which could be an email, phone call, text message again. Here's a phone call, text message, another phone call, text message, another interaction task, and then you're adding them to the long-term nurture at the end. Depending on how those first couple interaction tasks go. Maybe if they're ready to go, you're not going to add them to the long-term nurture. If they came through your open house and they're ready to buy, they don't have another agent, and you're following up with them with emails and text messages and phone calls, and you get them pre-approved, you're not going to add them to the long-term nurture at the end. Okay. Home anniversary, if you sold them a house, you can put their home anniversary in their contact and set them up on this smart plan. And then if you want to promote your home searching app, here's a smart plan dedicated to that. Questions on these 10 and when you should use them, who you should put on them, why you should use them? Okay. So this is one way of adding people by adding the smart plans. Remember, anything in this library, if you want to add people to them, you have to click on Add Smart Plan, and they will then get generated into your dashboard, your personal dashboard. Okay? Let's go to another option. So we can add people from here, or you can add people straight from their contact record. So if I go back into Allison in contacts, and I have everything built out here, I can come over here to Smart Plans. So this is everything that we can see what Allison's doing, whether it's in your app or on your website or through the neighborhood nurture. Everything we can keep track of here over on the right-hand side. So if I click on Smart Plans, I can add Allison to a Smart Plan right from her contact record. So if I am just meeting people and I know I have an 8x8 set up, or if I know I have an open house follow-up set up, and then after the open house, I go home and I put their information into my database, I can add them right to a Smart Plan by clicking on Smart Plans and add to Smart Plan, and it'll give me the option of which one I want to add them to. So 2 different ways to add, right from Smart Plans or right from contacts. Okay? How many people think they will start to use Twilio if I show you how to use that? Great. Alright, so to get subscribed to Twilio, so Twilio is a bulk text messaging service, and they give you a bundle of text messages through a business phone, so it's not going to come right from your phone number. It's going to be a business phone number that you adopt through command. And you can adopt a phone number that has a 484 number, 215 number. There are some 610 numbers in there. So when Twilio first came out, it was generated from Austin, Texas. So a couple of years ago when I started working with it, the only option you had was like a 517 number. And then when I had text messages sent out to people on Smartplans, people would be like, who's this number?
Right.
Yeah, we don't. So I started to say, okay, here's my business number. So this is what I use for business. So you're going to start seeing text messages from my business number. And then as Twilio and Command started working together and Keller Williams started working together, they started to adopt all these unused local numbers that we have. So now I have a 484 number, I believe, and you'll see that. So to start up your Twilio service, there's packages that you can buy. The smallest one is like $3.17 a month, and I believe it's like 300 text messages. So to do that, you're going to click on your name in the top right-hand corner and go to Settings. And you're going to scroll all the way down, and near the bottom of the page, you should see under Messaging, Twilio. And if you haven't set yours up yet, I believe it says Subscribe in Marketplace. Is that what it says?
Yes.
Okay, click on that. Mine says Manage because I'm already set up. Okay, cool. So you can see I have up to 300 credits. So they call text messages credits. And that is charging me $3.16 a month. And then it pulls right from the credit card that I have on file here. If I don't use those 300 credits in that month, they roll over. So you start building up credits if you're not using them, which is good. So you're going to have crazy amounts of credits if you're not using the 300. And that's the smallest package that you can purchase. So you're going to follow through all these steps and purchase that package once you are ready to go. If you want to start using Twilio, that's the way you do it. Go into Settings, subscribe in the Marketplace. You'll set it up that way. It's going to ask you to choose a phone number. So you want to choose a local phone number, 484-215-610 if they have them. And then you will be subscribed. And when you start adding people to Smartplans that have automated text messaging associated with them, they're going to go out automatically. So that's why you need to put yourself on every Smartplan that you create, because you will get the same text message, so you know what's going out.
So we can customize that, you said?
I'll show you how to customize the text messages and everything. Okay? So that's Twilio. Any questions about that? Follow the steps. Select your phone number. Choose your package. Pay for it. Put the credit card in it. It's not in there. All right? Questions on that? I think so. My phone number is 484-209-6690. So whenever people get the first text message from me, I usually customize it to say, hey, this is my business phone number. You may be getting text messages from me randomly. Just know that they are real text messages and it's not spam. Like I said, a couple of years ago when I set mine up and it was like a 517 number, I put myself on a smart plan and I got a text message from the 517 number to my phone that said, hey, let's grab coffee. And I was like, who's this person? And then I realized it was me. So that's why I always like to tell people that I have a business phone where they're going to be getting text messages from randomly with real estate information.
So I don't understand which of this phone number.
What's that?
Which of this phone number on Twilio?
Which is my phone number?
For example, I have Twilio account,
Okay.
and how can I choose my phone number? for Twilio.
So you already have the Twilio account? Okay, and it didn't ask you to choose a phone number? That's part of setting it
I
up,
don't remember.
because it's
I'm
not,
just
it's,
paying it for Twilio and
yeah,
that's
it's
all.
not going to, so Twilio used to be a separate service from Command, but now we worked out a deal with them where we can choose the phone number right from our settings.
Okay.
So if you go into your settings and you go all the way down and it says subscribe and marketplace, you're gonna follow those
Okay.
steps. And it's gonna, you need to choose a phone number or it won't allow you to complete the process.
Yeah.
I think I had subscribed to Twilio in the past and never set up a number, and when I opened this up, my button said set up number.
Yeah, okay.
Are they able to text us on this or no?
So it'll, if they text back, it's gonna come through to your cell phone. It's, there's just carrier issues, like it's legal issues where it can't come right from your phone number. So
Okay.
you're gonna get an alert through Kelly, you're gonna get a text message from that number, you're gonna get something within Command. So you're gonna get a bunch of different alerts if they text back through that.
Okay.
Most of the time, they might text right back to your personal number because they know it's you. But it's just, there's just carrier issues with all the different phone carriers. It's just a legal issue where it can't be done. Okay? Any other questions on that? I would say subscribe to that when you're ready to go, when you're ready to really use automated text messaging. If you're not ready to use the automation, just do it manually until you're ready. If you have hundreds of contacts in your database and you're putting hundreds of people on a Smartplan that incorporates automated text messaging or manual, you may want to set up the automation sooner than later so you don't have to sit there all day and text people. It's just going to go out for you. Okay? All right, so how do we customize the Smartplans?
When I claim a number, I'm getting a red banner at the top that says the agent has no sub-account. Comes up briefly.
So, click on setup number again. Do you already have it? So,
I don't think I set up a number in there.
I'll have to sit down. Yeah, go on this. I'm not sure. I've never seen that before. All right, so how do we customize the smart plans that we're setting up? So some of the wording in the emails or the text messages might not sound like something that you would send out to people, especially if it's people you talk to all the time. Like I said earlier, one of those text messages or emails that says, let's grab coffee, I would probably never say that to anybody that I've met before. I would say, let's get together and talk about some things. So I'm going back into my smart plans. And I'm on my dashboard, and the 8x8 is the one that we set up today, so I'm going to follow that all the way over to the pencil under actions. And that's going to allow me to edit any of this stuff. Okay? So, the first task is a text message. So if I do have automation set up, and this is going out automatically, and this is something that I think I might not say, I'm going to click in here and just change what's in this wording. These trigger words here, these function words like contact, dot, first, dot, name, you never want to change those. Those are trigger functions that tells the system to put the contact's first name in that spot, their last name, my name is the agent, so it's telling the system to fill that in automatically when that action gets done, or when the text message gets sent out, or when the email gets sent out. So you never want to change anything there. It's just the wording of that's going to go out in the text or the email. Okay, so this first one says, hey, contact, this is Matt from Keller Williams Real Estate. Would love to grab coffee sometime. Let me know what your schedule looks like in the next 2 days. So I would change something like, would love to get together and talk about the market sometime. Something like that. That's something I would say to somebody. Let me know what your schedule looks like in the next few days. So I changed that wording. Right underneath are all these action buttons. Move up, move down, delete, or save. So I'm going to save what I just changed there. That's going to save that. There's a delay. Here's another task, which looks like it is an email that says, send a Let's Grab Coffee email as part of the 8x8 Smartplan. So I can go in there. If I'm not gonna say let's grab coffee in an email, I'm gonna change that. Make sure I save it. You can move these up and down however you want. So this is how you're gonna customize it. Okay? Go through, save all your customizations, and now you will have a customized 8x8. So it's just if you want to change wording. If you're fine with all the wording that's in there, great. Set it and forget it, and follow up. So that's the 8x8. At the end, I come up to the right-hand side and click Save. It says all your changes in Smartplans have been saved. I'm just going to go back, click the back button. It'll take me to my Smartplans dashboard. All right. So that's how to customize something out of the general library that you put into your library. So let's talk about how to create one on your own. So if you just want to create one where you want to send out a bulk email to somebody, this is how you're going to do it. You're in your dashboard on Smartplans. You're going to click on Create in the top right-hand corner. You're going to name your Smartplan. So I'm just going to name it Test. So give it a unique name. And then hit Apply. And it's going to bring you into this screen where you can start building your own Smartplan. However you want to build it. Here's all your actions on the right-hand side. So if it's just sending an email out to somebody or a group of people, you're just going to click on this Send Email action button, and it's going to populate it over on the left-hand side. Here's the reply to email, so it should be your main email as the reply to email. So mine's MattCarey@KW. There it is. So if anybody replies, it's going to come back to this email. The subject is whatever you want the email subject to be. So today's market. Whatever you want the subject to be for whatever people are going to see in their email. You have the option of choosing a simple email where you're going to type stuff out, what you want in the email, or you can create a design. I don't want to go into designs today, so we're just going to stick with simple. So if it's something that you want to just send out, you can start typing. Did you know that it is a seller's market right now? So type out your email, whatever you want to do. You can put links in there. This little link, this chain link button, if you have a link that you want to put in there to take them somewhere else within the email, just choose the hyperlink here and put the link in. And then here's all your other tools for making stuff bold or underline or just all of your fun stuff. Okay?
Matt,
Yes.
how about an attachment?
So here's a link title. An attachment, I would I'll look into that and get back to you.
Okay.
Yeah, there definitely has to be a way.
Okay.
That might be through designs, but
Okay.
we'll see. I'll meet with you about that.
Okay.
So, simple text, figure out how to add an attachment. So only offers links right now. And then, once we're done with that, we're gonna save it, right below it. And then save it up top, if that's all you wanna do, is just send out an email. Alright? If you wanna add other tasks and really build out your own smart plan, this is where you're gonna do it. So if you wanna send an email and then set a delay, we're gonna set a delay for 3 days. I'm clicking on these up and down buttons to show how many days. And then if I wanna send a text message, here it is. It says my Twilio account is connected, so I know I have automation on, so it's gonna go out automatically. And then I can choose what goes out in the text message. So I'm gonna type, let's get together and talk about what your home is worth in today's market. And then I can save that. So now I have 3 different tasks. An email to start, a delay of 3 days, and then an automated text message. So if that's all I want to do in my customized smart plan that I'm building, I save those tasks, and then I ultimately hit save up here in the right hand corner. It says all my changes have been saved. I'm going to click the back button to go to my dashboard, and here's what I just built. There's the name of it, when it was created, how many days, total amount of touches, and now I come over here to the actions and I add the contacts that I want to put on that smart plan that I just built. So if you are brand new or fairly new in the business and you want to get an email out to your database that says, hey, I'm in the business now, think of me when you're buying, selling, investing, that's how you're going to do it. You're going to create your own and just put the email in there, just the email task. Add the people to that smart plan, and make sure you add yourself so you see what you're sending out, and then it'll go out. And then you're going to follow up. These smart plans do not work unless you follow up with the people that are on them. You can send out however many emails that you want, text messages, but unless you make those phone calls or shoot out other text messages to follow up on what has been sent out previously, it's just crossing your fingers and hoping that people read it. All right? Any questions on anything that we went over today?
If you're creating a smart plan and an email as a step, how do you personalize that? Dear so-and-so.
Oh, how do you add the function? So, okay, I'll show you that. So I am going back into this, and I'm going to click on the pencil to edit what I just built. And the function should be
You mean
So-
add something?
in here. Yep, so see this
Oh,
function
I
button
see.
right here?
Yeah, yeah.
Once you click on it, the drop down, so you're going to add contact first name, and then click on the function again, contact last name. So in front of that, I would put something like, hello, John Smith. So the function button is where you're putting in everything that you want to tell the system to automatically put in there for you.
Excellent.
All right, save that. Any other questions? I think a lot of us are going to start out with creating this very simple one if you really want to get stuff out to your clients right away. Or the 8x8 open house, most of the people in here are going to start with the 8x8 or the open house and the neighborhood nurture. So,
And
it
you
is-
show the library?
Yep.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the smart plans, I create them, and I don't like this kind of stuff. And I'm like, oh, this is pretty easy, so now I like it. But it is very, very simple, and it definitely keeps you in touch, and it does the follow-up. I have mine with follow-up too, so I would absolutely get your people on this. Because if you're not touching them, somebody else is. you know?
So
Just
these
think
top,
about it, how many emails do you get?
these top rated ones are coming from people that are having success with Smartplans. So that's why they're publishing them here. So you're gonna see who the publisher is. Most of them, if not all of them, are still free. And you can view the steps. So if it's steps that you think you wanna put into your Smartplans as part of your business, choose some of the top rated ones. You don't just have to use the Keller Williams ones. Go through the 895 top rated ones.
You know what I do? I copy that just into my library,
Yeah.
then I go through it and I change it a little bit, but I just use theirs and change just a little tiny bit, because I'm not a great creator. Some
So
people are great writers, I'm not, so I just use theirs.
Here's a
But
good
do read it, don't send it out without reading
Yeah,
it.
here's a good one right on the first page. It says new to Keller Williams, new licensee. So if you're a new licensee within the past couple months, this was created by George Kelly. He's our tech director for the region. So he put this out there. You can see the steps that he put in there. His scripts are a lot longer than what Keller Williams put out. So he's having success with this one, and he decided he wanted to put it in the library.
Mhm.
All right. Any other questions about Smartplans? We will continue to get more in depth into this. This was basic. Let's see what it's all about. Let's build the basic ones. But we will continue to go further into Smartplans and really